I top Billin by popular demand, doing something on my man Calvin Ridley, right? So I've never been a big Calvin Ridley guy. You guys know my career started covering the University of Alabama when he was there. And although I respected his game, I thought he was a great player. There's not really much you can say bad about his game. It's just something about him that kind of turned me off. I don't know if it's his attitude on the field. He likes to wear his emotions on his sleeve. I feel like he's the type of cat that throw his quarterback under the bus or something like that. But, man, I've grown to respect his game, and I've seen the growth in his game. I think he's going to have a big year, right? And this kid is like a ghost out there, man. You're going to have to start calling him Ghost, Casper or something like that, because 1 second he's there and the next second he is not there, right? So guarding this cat is hazardous for your health, right? So I'll come back with maybe a deeper dive film study type, maybe a comparison, right? I got a guy I want to compare him to as far as the route running goes and see which one you guys like better. But for this one right here, man, I want to show you kind of the intricacies of how he does his stuff right here, pretty much in a street ball sense.
What more can I say?
Top Billin. Now, a lot of the kids love these South Florida route runner types, right? It's very imaginative, extremely creative, but more on a street ball sense, right? Like if you seen a cat from the NBA go play street ball, like they would really jazz up what they do. Like I remember seeing Kobe Bryant go play at the Rucker, and he really put the emphasis on trying to really be creative with it when he wouldn't do stuff like that in a normal game. Route running is very much just like that as well. If you see something like this is awesome, right? Right? That looks like, to me, a Colorado route. It's a lot of shit into it, right? But it's pretty much a slant out. But if you see him here, look at this. He's taking an outside release, right? So he he's not even jabbing. He's jabbing to the outside just to get back to the inside, but then just to get back to the outside again. Like some of the stuff doesn't make sense, right, if you look at it. But this is just one-on-one with no coverage, right? This is endless coverage, endless opportunity or whatever like that. You can do whatever out there. This is some really creative stuff here, and it looks great on film. But sometimes you got to get to where you're going a lot faster than this, and there's a lot of juice into this, right? Hamming it up for the camera type stuff. But, man, you can just see the fluidity of him, right? Hit him with the crossover, right? Separate his ankles from his sole a little bit, detach them shits, then get back on the outside. Look at him. He already stumbled. He was done right there, right? He got muscle relaxed. His shit's all relaxed. He'll be sleeping very good that night. So he's in FEMA mode recovery. He's spinning and shit like that, doing whatever, pirouetting and shit like that. You see him sell the slant portion of this right here, but look at him stick that foot in the ground. No wasted motion on this. This is what I like about Calvin Ridley right here. Look at this. Switched on him, no wasted motion. Cutting a sharp angle. Look at this. Oh, nasty. But let's check this out, kind of this route in regular. All right, so obviously got a cut split here, and it's off-man coverage, so the release is not going to matter. So he's going to be able to get into this a little bit more. But you can see it's more conventional. Boom. Has to kind of round it out, but hell of a route. Hell of a route. Being able to do both. Being able to give you the stuff you would see in street ball that's going to look good in a one-on-one on film, and then be able to do this. Now look at this, right? Sell it vertically until it's not vertical. Roll with the slant portion of this. Really sell that. Throw the head into it. But then look, it's time to transition. You got this man on the outer portion, right? Dick the hips right here. So he's doing a good job of that. You're not going to be able to just bog down and cut a sharp angle on this one. You're going to have to round this out. So that's the wherewithal and the IQ of route running. If he was to cut a sharp angle on this right here, he'd run right into Dante Jackson. But this time he has to give himself a little bit more space by rounding it out. And, of course, the Iceman delivers it right where it needs to be at, way in the back pylon. Dante Jackson, straight muscle relaxed on that one, right? No chance. Hell of a route. Actually, let's go a little closer. All right, definitely can see it a little bit better on this one, a little bit closer here. You can see him, right? Work the vertical portion of this and then hit the in-breaking portion of it. Sell it. See Dante Jackson has his eye on the quarterback, and you always got to remember right here, I think this might have been a slide protection or something like that. So there's more men in coverage here, so they're not really rushing. So the time is not necessarily of the essence like it would normally be if they put on a really legit pass rush on this one here. But he knew he had a little bit of time. Selling that bad boy. Now look at him. Can't cut the sharp angle. Has to round it off. Dante Jackson's fucked. Look at that. Unable to, as fast as Dante Jackson is, as quick he is, or whatever like that, look at the separation on this one. And, of course, you can throw him even further open if you're the Iceman and he chooses to do so. Leads him out there. Calvin Ridley's a monster, man. When you see these type of street ball setting type things, right, in practice one-on-one situations, you see a route like this, you're like, man, what the hell is this, right? But if you really study the footwork of it, this looks like it's just a conventional dig, right? Not a conventional dig, obviously. I'm just saying, just regularly, this would just be a dig. But look at the route taken here. So initially, inside release, right? This is just close quarters coverage, not press coverage. Inside release just to get back vertical. So he's working it vertical. The guy transitions decently well here, right on his inside hip. So it's probably not where you would want him to be at if you are trying to transition back on the inside. But what he does is gives him a nasty stem right here, like he's going outside. The guy bites on that, and he's able to transition back on the inside. So the guy actually didn't do that bad a job on this one right here. But right here on this transition, that's when the separation happens. Social distancing at its best right here. Finally social distancing, and then we have the cheese there. But if you think about this logically, right, if this is just a regular dig, this may be too many steps. Too much stuff going on right here. Look how long the quarterback would have to hold the ball. So keep in mind that there's no bodies there. Think about defensive bodies being there. Somebody's going to be in zone. You may have somebody rob in the middle of the field or something like that. You could essentially get your ass killed. You get your ass killed up in there doing stuff like this, but you got to take it with a grain of salt, right? Obviously, you could get your QB killed as well, adding in 2 or 3 too many steps. It's just a game of inches like that. 2 or 3 too many steps could be the difference between a sack and a completion, but it's fun to watch, and not too many cats doing it better than Calvin Ridley. All right, check this one out right here. Get invert. Now, what is that? Kids love that right there, right? That's the stuff you see in a lot of the one-on-one camps that I work at, like the regional camps for rivals and the Nike Combine and all that shit like that. They love that's that Jerry Jeudy, right? That Jerry Jeudy. Look, that's that South Florida. Maybe Amari Cooper a little bit. Amari Cooper didn't really get into stuff like that. Maybe a little bit. But look, where is he going right here? I love it. Come on. What is this? This looks like some type of dance, like some merengue, racha, some Latin shit or something like that. What's going on right here? You got that Latin flavor going on right here. But obviously, you want to, the quicker you can get to where you got to go, the better you help your quarterback. And he gives it a hesitation with it as well, right? A hesitation right here. Gives him a little soccer step and then gets vert. So I'm not sure how viable that is as far as my man fell too. He fall. Don't tell me he fell, man. He lost control of his own nervous system right there and fell. But I'm not sure how viable that is for actual conventional play there, but it looks good. All right, let's check this corner route out right here. Going against James Bradbury. Bradbury giving him a free release. Close quarters coverage. He beats him back to the inside right here. Actually, no, he wasn't giving him a free release. He backs off and then shoots the jam. Shoots it with the wrong hand, which is always dumb. Has to go to a 2-hand jam, so now he's out leveraged because you cannot run with both your damn hands extended like that. So he's already stacked by Ridley here, and he's not going to be able to compete from behind with Calvin Ridley. It's just not going to happen. Pause, too. And we see right here, look at the transition on this one. Slight stem to the inside. They hit the corner route. Bradbury bit on that shit. Look, he had to raise his hands towards the heavens to Jesus. Oh, Jesus, what just happened to me? Social distancing at its best right here. Separation anxiety ensues. Tons of them. Oh, shit. My man, I love this. Everybody's getting happy about route running, right? Conventional route running, not necessarily 9 routes and vertical shit like that. Everybody, I love that the route running is coming in vogue right here with route transitions and stems and stuff like that. And people can get excited about stuff like that. So got off in James Bradbury's ass right there. All right, here's a portion of his game that I like in addition to the route running. You can see in here, go up and get it off the top shelf, right? That's hanging around that freak Julio Jones, your big brother there, where you can see him do that on a daily basis. Look at him. Sell this vertical. Sell it vertically. Stick that. See, he didn't really give it too much jazz on this one, right? Kind of rounded this one off. The cornerback actually ends up being in phase just because of the round off here. Cornerback's in very good position, but then when all else fails, what you can do? You can go get it off the top shelf, right? So there's multiple ways to win on a route. You can win on your release. You can win during your transition, and then if all else fails, man, you can just go get that shit off the top shelf. So very good addition to his game there. All right, last one right here. If you can barely see it though here, but working on the slant. Look at him cut that sharp angle. He cut it so hard that, man, he couldn't almost catch his own balance. Check this out right here. Pushing it vertical. Ooh, look at that. See, with him, right, it's about in this gather phase here, you stick that outside foot out there, but it's the inside foot, how you bring that right there that really allows him to cut a sharp angle. Brings that in right there. Probably need a little bit better cleats for the surface or whatever, but you can see how he's able to transition. It's hard for the cornerback to really keep up with something like that. And that's all you need, especially with a good throw coming on the inside right here. You can see how much bigger Calvin Ridley has gotten, especially since Alabama, right? He used to look like a Somalian, Ethiopian cat out there. He looks pretty big, man, hanging with Julio. So, all right, man, I'll do a lot more on Calvin Ridley. I wanted to kind of get off on the nuances of this, but I got a comparison I wanted to do as far as a route running comparison. But if you're listening to this, man, and you got attention to detail, let me know your top 3 route runners out there. So let me know who you guys got as far as the top 3 route runners going on out there. All right? But as always, make sure you like this bad boy. Tell a friend to tell a friend that this is where it's at for all things Falcons and much more than Falcons, of course. Make sure you subscribe, like it, and, of course, I'm the Underground King, Murf Baldwin, and I am out. Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.